Oh, oh. Get it? Oh. You boy on the block. What was the answer?
You can actually see the immaturity. How could Kenan have his head turned so quickly by something so simple as someone saying, "Oh, I'm attracted to you"? Now look at where he is. He kissed someone and she didn't want to be kissed by him. And KK, revenge is sweet. She kissed Harrison and Harrison was excited. The look on his face, my guy couldn't understand what was going on with him. He was so excited. He was trying to hide it, but I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Valerie. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, a comment, and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 5, Episode 4. So the islanders, after the recoupling, go off into groups, and you have Jasmine with Anna. She's very upset. She's very distraught because she didn't think that Victor was going to recouple with someone. I think she kissed Victor because she wanted to secure her place with Victor, because she hadn't really shown him interest until she saw that Hannah and Carmen were both interested. So she was crying that I kissed him. Why didn't he tell me that he had a stronger connection with Carmen? That way I wouldn't have kissed him, because it's very difficult for me to open up. And it's like, maybe he didn't know. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe he didn't know that Carmen felt the way she felt about him. You can't lay it on his doorstep that you kissed him. He didn't kiss you. It's totally different to the Marco and Destiny situation, so you can't blame him. Victor on the other side of the villa is busy chatting with Carmen. He's ecstatic that she picked him. He says that he was honest, which is very good, that he told her the truth, that, I did kiss Jasmine before the recoupling, so I want you to know that Jasmine asked me for a kiss and I felt awkward and I kissed her, and so this is what it is. Because I seem to remember him saying he just doesn't kiss people just for the sake of it, and I think he kissed her because he felt awkward after having kissed Carmen in the game. I think in the challenge, that's why he might have kissed her. Carmen seemed okay with that, and then you have Marco sitting and chatting with Hannah. I still don't understand why Hannah chose Marco. I think she looked at the guys available and realized she really didn't want to go with Bergie. Victor was gone, and she didn't want to sort of interfere between KK and Kenan. So she then thought, that leaves Leo and Marco. I think she didn't want the commotion of sort of trying to sort of wrestle for Leo. That's why she went for Marco. I hope they break up, because I want Marco back with Destiny. I don't think Marco is the guy for Hannah. I think he's too immature. I think Destiny is better off with Victor, but that's just me. And then you have Cassie go and have a conversation with Leo, and they break up. And you could see Leo was done. The way he was very dismissive when she told him that, I've decided to move on. I've decided I want to try something else. I decided you're not it for me. And it's like, at least show some resistance. At least show that you were interested in her. Don't just say, okay, that's fine, we're moving on. That doesn't make sense to me. I think he feels like he's very secure with Anna, but I have a feeling that when Anna realizes that she's not wrestling Leo anyone, she's going to move on, and chances are she might want to go after Marco. That's the impression that I get. And then by the fire pit, you have Destiny sitting with Jasmine and Bergie. You could see Bergie was uncomfortable. In the end, he just stood up, because Jasmine is complaining that Victor allowed her to kiss him, even though he knew that he had a stronger connection with Carmen. She's now upset about that, and it's like, make it make sense. Why are you bringing this man into your equation? You had a scheme to try and trap him. It didn't work out. That's fine. Move on. You don't need to play victim. You just need to keep it moving and hope that another bombshell walks in and you'll be able to recouple with them. That's it. Anyway, you then have, after breaking up Casey with Leo, she decides to go after Kenan, and it's just like, it doesn't make sense. You were confiding in KK. You were crying to KK about how Anna was going after your guy, and you're doing exactly the same. Make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why you're asking Kenan about his type and who else you would find attractive if it wasn't for KK. And it's going to be messy. It really is. This is so messy. So KK then goes up to Casey and Kenan to sort of just sit down. And as soon as she sits down, Casey runs off. And then Kenan lets her know that, um, Casey has expressed interest. She said she's attracted to him. And this infuriated KK. And she has every right to be upset. She has every right to be upset because she is the one who was consoling. She's the one who was consoling Casey when Casey was crying about Anna going after her guy. So she has every right to be upset. And I feel so sorry for her. And I hope they're able to sort of resolve that because I think they were the strongest couple. And I don't know whether the producers have pushed Casey to go after Kenan or whatever's happened. I don't know what's happening there. You have Bergie and Destiny sort of having a conversation in the back. And I'm like, Destiny, if Marco is not going to give you the time of day, then I think you need to focus on this Bergie train and this could get you to the finale and you might end up with a great guy, someone who will love you and care for you. So I don't know how that plays out. And then, oh my God, the audacity is the audacity because KK then sits down to have a conversation with Anna and Jasmine, and for them to agree with KK that Casey is wrong for going after Kenan without speaking to you, and it's like, Anna, you did the same thing. Can you sit down somewhere and keep quiet? Because you did exactly the same thing. You were chasing after Leo, knowing that Leo was in a coupling with Casey. I don't remember you going up to her and telling her that you were interested in the guy she's coupled up with. So please, 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 you're the last person to speak. You need to keep quiet and wait to be called upon. Obviously, she then caught up with Leo and they're excited, Anna and Leo, that they're now able to sort of flirt without feeling guilty. And it's like, why were you feeling guilty if you did the right thing? Why? It's only first week. There's no need for you to be feeling guilty. And Jasmine is in her feelings. Why? She won't speak to Carmen because she's still upset. And it's like, you didn't choose Victor. Victor chose you. And you really didn't seem interested in him. And suddenly now that somebody's coupled up with him, you want him. And make it make sense. Carmen told her, oh, when you're ready to talk, I'm here. We'll talk. And it's like, I don't know. And you could see that Hannah was upset. Hannah was upset on KK's behalf because Hannah and KK appeared to click as soon as they sort of set sight on each other when the bombshells arrived. So I don't know. This villa is about to be tense. It's about to be tense. I thought the girls would be a bit more mellow, but they are coming in hot and they're going after what they want. So it's going to be difficult. The islanders then go to sleep, and surprisingly, Kenan laid there cuddling KK, and it's like, make it make sense. It's either the two of you are upset with one another, or the two of you really like one another, or the producers are creating this drama that shouldn't be there. And poor Bergie was saying he wishes someone would just pick him because all the girls say he'd make a great husband, but no one seems to want to pick him. It's like, oh. So in the morning, I said this about Marco and Destiny, that Marco and Destiny, their destinies are tied together because in the morning you have Marco saying, oh, this was a great night. There was a lot of touching. There was a lot of back scratching. And I give it to Destiny because Destiny told him that what we're not going to do is disrespect me, is we're not going to make those comments while I am in the room. If you want to talk, go ahead and talk, but don't say things that shade me while I'm here because I'm going to speak up. And I'm like, that's my girl, Destiny. That's what I want to say. And Hannah was uncomfortable. I have a feeling Hannah is going to say, nah, this ain't it for me. I'd rather move on. Even if it means I couple up with Bergie, I'll couple up with Bergie, but I can't have this. And then Hannah has a conversation with Jasmine, obviously, just saying to Jasmine, I don't understand why Marco is going about saying comments that he knows will infuriate me. That tells me that he's feeling some type of way about me. He's not yet over me. And I'm just going to sit here. And every time he does anything to disrespect me, I'm going to call him out. And it's like, oh my God. Please don't send Destiny home. I want them all season, Marco and Destiny. I just want to see that chaotic relationship continue. Whether they're in a couple or not, I know they're going to be throwing shade at each other all season long. And then Casey pulls Kenan for a chat, and it's like, why? You still haven't told KK that you're interested in her guy, but you're pulling him for a chat. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How would you go after your best friend's guy in the villa? That doesn't make sense to me. I know everybody needs to be in a couple in order to stay on the show, but I think it's a bit messy. She could have even gone for Bergie for the time being while waiting for a bombshell. I don't understand that bit. And in the bedroom, you have KK venting to Leo, Bergie, Victor, and it's like, oh my god, please don't tell Kenan that I'm upset, but I am upset. I am feeling some type of way about them, pulling each other for chats. I feel like going and sitting in between them. I'm small but mighty, and I'm like, oh my god, she's coming in hot, and it's just interesting. I don't know how that relationship will play out. I think some of the girls are being messy, and it looks like it's very coordinated in the sense that it looks like the producers are telling the girls, okay, you go and pursue this guy, you go and pursue this guy. Yes, they're in a safe couple, but still go and pursue them because it's too early for people to be sort of locked in. We want a lot of drama, a lot of chaos. So I feel like this is why Hannah was paired up with Marco, and I feel like this is why Leo has ended up with Anna, and this is why Kenan is about to end up with Casey. I think this is what the producers are trying to engineer. I have to say, I like the way they introduced Harrison. He came in with his presence, and it was sexy the way he came in. The way he was dressed, the theme of the night, and the girls were ecstatic. You could see all of them were excited. Jasmine couldn't wait. And you could see Casey was sort of now thinking, oh, is this something there? Is there any way I could jump from Kenan to go to Harrison? And it's like, stay in your lane, ma'am. Stay in your lane. And you could tell the girls were excited. The girls were excited. Even Destiny was excited. She was sort of intrigued. And then when he said he was a diamond dealer, I think that just brought him over the edge, plus his height and his body build. And I was feeling sorry for my guy, Bergie, because when the guys came out, Bergie said, Harrison is what I aspire to be. He's got facial hair, his body type, his height, everything. And I was like, oh. Anyway, you know how I feel about my guy Bergie. So then they played this game of sort of predict who's on the car, who did this. And Jasmine was a red flag. A boy cheated on her and she slept with his brother and his cousin, and it's just like, oh my god, that's a bit too much. Even Harrison said that's a big red flag. If that's not a red flag, then nothing else is a red flag. So I think she's got no chance with Harrison. I think if there's an elimination, she's the first person going home. She should not have revealed that. Bergie and these measurements, oh my god, what can I say? Even the guys were laughing, like, Bergie, how can you do that? How can you keep that on your phone? Someone could see it. And then when they talked about the girl that turns herself on with the shower head, I think Kenan just wanted to kiss Casey and get away with it. So he went in for a kiss and then Casey sort of pushed him away. I think it was a two-part. I think one, she's interested in Harrison, and two, she didn't want to get in trouble with the girls because the girls are already upset with her and she's seen how they're treating Carmen and she doesn't want any of that beef. And then KK said, okay, you started it, I'll finish it. And it's like, there's nothing like a woman scorn because she went in for Harrison. She left my guy Harrison shook. He was shook to the core because you could see his face. He was stunned. I don't think he expected it. And after the kiss, oh my god. Because he said when he was kissed by Jasmine, it was very passionate. But when he was kissed by KK, he was left speechless. He couldn't even say anything. He was just dumbfounded with his mouth open and just staring at her. And it's like, oh my god, Kenan is in trouble. He was in a safe coupling and he decided to play games. And now Harrison is going to have his eye on KK if he's smart. And once he lands KK, that's it. Although KK said she has a type, she likes chocolate guys, so I don't know whether she'll like Harrison or whether she'll do it just because she wants to get back at Kenan. I can't wait for that drama. Kenan is crazy. He's venting to the guys. He's complaining that he was safe in his coupling, and Casey told him she was interested in him, so he was open to getting to know her. This is why, when he went in for the kiss, she then pushed him and there was nothing there, so he doesn't understand why she kept telling him she's attracted to him, only for her to then behave the way she behaved during the kiss. And it's like, you told all the other girls you were closed off, and yet you didn't tell Casey you were closed off. What do you expect? She is looking for safety, so she's going to go after any guy that she thinks there is a possibility their head could turn. You played yourself, accept that, and move on. KK is on the other side of the villa. She's busy crying. She's so upset. She's distraught. She's talking to Hannah and sort of telling her that she was safe in a coupling. And for Kenan to do that, not only pick a card that had her name on it and kiss somebody else, it doesn't make sense to her. And so I feel sorry for the two of them. I think it's sad that Kenan wasn't wise in how he moved about. It's good that he told KK as soon as possible that this is what had happened with Casey, but I think as soon as Casey came to him, he should have sent her back to speak to KK and tell KK first before he spoke to KK and sort of made his feelings known, or the three of them should have sat down and had this conversation, because now it's messy and now it's about to be toxic. I think if Harrison was KK's type, she would have moved on to Harrison, because Harrison could see was definitely excited when he was kissed by KK. So I don't know how that will play out. Apparently, someone is going home on Sunday. My money is it's either Cassie or it's Jasmine. One of them two is going home. I really don't want Destiny to go home, because Destiny is the drama and we need her to stay in the villa with Marco and give us the mess that we're looking for. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.